Paradigm 11, week 3. Life happens for you, not to you. And this week I want to talk about the concept around objectivity is suppression of emotions and why it's so important. I've recently read a few books, The Inside Out Revolution, The Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrendering, and The Untethered Soul. And these 3 books all have something very, very similar in common, and it's the mindset around, or the reality that is created around not being aware that your thoughts are creating your emotions in which you experience. And we live in a world where we're very objective driven, result oriented. So this is really, really hard for people who don't necessarily have an EQ. We are a very IQ driven society and realm of existence, and I feel that is where we are. It's because of that we are experiencing less and less fulfillment, genuine love, gratitude, and joy, and we are in such a health crisis because of the stress, the eating patterns, the way in which we are living based on having so much objectivity in our lifestyle. And so what does that mean? Objectivity is the suppression of emotions. So when you are living your life and revolving it around something objective, whether it's an outcome or a judgment or interpretation of what success or the right way is, and you're not in tune with what you are feeling, your internal battle is going to kind of be fucked up. And I say that in not a judgmental way, but just a physiological, hormonal, psychological way. And so this week I really want to bring the forefront focus on inviting you to really take a step back and understand that your feelings and your emotions are directly correlated with the thoughts you are thinking, whether it's a conscious thought or a subconscious thought, whether it's a perspective of information, judgment, reality. How you are interpreting life through your mind is what is creating how you feel. And unless you tap into your EQ and get a greater understanding of what you're feeling, and not necessarily having to understand why, but just recognizing that you feel it and then allowing it to teach you something or allowing it to guide you is a very, very powerful practice to get into. I just listened to a podcast by 2 doctors that talked about how you can essentially heal anything with the power of intention, and I'll make sure to put that in the comments below this video. But it was very, very powerful in giving proof, scientific proof, and having projects that they've done that has actually proven that your mindset is going to either create cancer or heal cancer. And if that's too extreme for you to believe, then your power of intention through your mindset and the way in which you are living and how intact you are with your EQ, you can either believe that your genetic disposition is going to create your reality, or you can heal that and be your own individual. There are no rules, there are no parameters unless you create them. And I feel like that is a very, very important thing to realize and recognize in this concept around, or this paradigm of life is happening for you, not to you. Because it just really drills in the opportunity to be like, yeah, how am I creating this energy and this restrictiveness of life is happening to me? How and where and what can I reframe in my mind mentally to where I can then start living from a perspective and an abundance of life is happening for me. Everything that happens, whether I understand it or not, is happening for me. I just get to surrender, acknowledge how I'm feeling, trust, and move from there. So I will leave the podcast in the comments below, but otherwise I really, really invite you to take a step back this week and notice how much of your life is objectivities and how much suppression towards acknowledging your emotions is really occurring in your day-to-day life. Ciao, ciao.